There's no way we lost Georgia. There's no way. That was a rigged election.
But President Trump did lose in Georgia in November. His assertions went farther than that in a phone call over the weekend, where he pressured election officials to change the results.
So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes.
And now some Democrats are calling for a criminal investigation into the president. In an interview on CBS this morning, Georgia's Republican Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan said he was extremely disappointed with the president's phone call.
I can't imagine anybody on the president's staff was giving him advice before, during, and after that was a good idea. I was proud of Brad Raffensperger's consistent response and continued to just look for every opportunity to follow the letter of the law. And certainly that's what he was hired to do by Georgians.
Stephen Fowler joins me now. He's a political reporter for Georgia Public Radio. Stephen, thanks very much for joining us. President Trump sued Governor Brian Kemp in an attempt to decertify the results of the state's November election. What happened at today's federal court hearing?
Well, we only know the outcome, and that is that the motion is dismissed because the Trump campaign did not consent to having live streaming or a teleconference line that they put out during the pandemic. But an attorney that was there in the room said that the judge was really not here for the Trump campaign's argument that a 5 million vote election that was counted 3 times should be thrown out last minute just because the Trump campaign didn't like the outcome. And this is not the first challenge that the Trump campaign has brought or the allies for the Trump campaign have brought. In fact, the court cases at every single level, from the county superior court all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court, have been denied trying to challenge the election or change the laws.
Well, the U.S. attorney in Atlanta, Byung Pak, resigned from his post yesterday. He'd been appointed by President Trump. Mr. Trump has now picked the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Georgia, Bobby Christine, to serve in Pak's former position in an acting capacity. What do we know about Mr. Pak's departure and successor?
There's really not a lot that we know about why he stepped down. I mean, it is so close to the end of President Trump's administration when a new President-elect Biden, could choose to appoint a new attorney general. But given the timing of the situation, he said it was for unexpected circumstances. And it just really raises a lot of questions that we're still trying to get to the bottom of.
Well, as we heard, the president continues to falsely claim he won Georgia in November. Can you remind us why officials there were so confident of the security of Georgia's vote then, and why they're confident now?
Well, Georgia got a new voting system that has a paper ballot component. If you vote by mail, you vote on a piece of paper. And for the people that are voting today in person on voting machines, it prints out a piece of paper. So when it came time to audit every vote cast, that means that people physically touched and looked at and read every single vote that was cast in this election to confirm that the right winner won and the margins were what they were. And the state officials say that they have done even more scrutiny of the processes and work with counties to improve things so that at the end of the day, when all the votes are counted, people should have confidence that whoever wins is the correct winner.
All right, well, what parts of the state are you paying attention to as we get closer to when polls close?
Well, Democrats had a massive early voting turnout campaign where they are probably ahead with votes cast before Election Day. And to counteract that, Republicans need their base to turn out, which they didn't really do as much during early voting. So 2 places I'm watching is Georgia's 14th congressional district. That's Northwest Georgia. It's where the president was last night to hold that rally. They had the lowest turnout of any congressional district during early voting. And also, I'm watching Georgia's coast. Savannah is a liberal Democratic city, but much of the other surrounding region is a Republican stronghold. And I heard reports that turnout there was somewhat low throughout the day. So if those places can turn out in enough, plus other Republican strongholds in the Atlanta exurbs, Republicans could end up pulling out enough votes to overcome that early vote deficit.
All right, we'll keep an eye on those two areas. Stephen Fowler for us. Stephen, thank you very much.
Thank you.